Court's in the air, and that's got to be above the... Oh, he can't give that out. For goodness sake, it almost hit him on the shoulder. Well, a very, very disappointed Justin Langer dropped his gloves, and you could hear the thud of flesh as that one went flying away, and he's been given out, unfortunately. Well, it's a tough job umpiring, but this, for me, was not out.
This is always very difficult with a flurry. But you could obviously see the ball there on the replay, missing the gloves, hitting him pretty high on the forearm, almost in the shoulder. Gus Logie, the one who took the catch. But unfortunately, Justin Langer has to go. Australia lose their first wicket. Australia now 1 for 13.
That's popped up, and he's gone. Off the shoulder of the black, in the air. And so Stephen Waugh is out for a duck, caught in the gully. And oh dear, Australia here really struggling.
Yes, Stephen Waugh hasn't really been handling the short pitch balls throughout the season very well. This time again, hitting very high up on the bat. Not quite the handle, but very high up on the bat, just lobbing to Gus Logie. Very simple catch that for Gus Logie. Ian Bishop celebrates. It's now 2 for 14 Australia.
And it's right off the meat of the bat. They won't catch that. Into the fence it goes. Up and over the top, Mark Waugh. That's well played. Slightly overpitched, and will do his confidence a little bit of good. That brings up the 50 partnership between these two. In the air and out. Well, he's backed away, trying to play that shot of his again, where he backs away and smashes it over the top or square. Well, that's been a pretty ordinary performance by Mark Waugh. I can't say that I've ever seen him struggle quite as much as he has in this dig. Well, that's the end of him.
Yes, and they needed that, the West Indies, and it was pretty good delivery. He bowled stump to stump, cramped him up a bit, he tried to cut it away, didn't get over the top, and Richardson, at a wideish fourth-slip position, took the catch, and now it's 3 for 66, and that is real problems for Australia on the second day of the final Test match.
Rose screaming into Warne. And that's out, caught behind. Shane Warne is on his way. Will they send in another night watchman?
Well, that's a disappointing situation for Shane Warne. He was certainly suffering in the first innings by the short pitch delivery, but Ambrose didn't give him a short one. He gave him a good one on a good length. He was forward. There was a genuine nick through to the wicketkeeper. He's out for a duck, and now it's 4 for 67.
Stumps on day 2 in the home change rooms must have been like a morgue. 4 for 75 and still 128 runs behind, and only the little Tasmanian showing any form against the hostile Windies attack. Ambrose and Bishop doing the damage with 2 wickets each. The remainder of the Australian batsmen would need to bat through day 3 to give them any chance of saving the match.
It's 4. Over the top of slips it goes. Fine shot.
Yes, he's been looking for that one for a while, and the crowd here enjoying it. He's been waiting for the short ball outside off stump.
Damien Martin drawing away, no ball and getting 4 runs. They just can't afford to give him too much width when he's doing that. They should be right at the stumps. Good result. Attempt to drive, gets an edge, he'll pick up at least 2. Jimmy Adams, the fieldsman. So David Boone surviving against a very hostile effort here by Curtly Ambrose. It's 50 for David Boone. Superb knock. A real fighter. Superb batsman. It's 4 for 94.
That's bowled him. Absolutely beaten in flight there. A little bit of swing for Ian Bishop. Maybe it cut back a little bit or caught an inside edge of the bat. David Boone seemingly playing over the top of it. And that really does put a dent in Australia's hopes.
Ian Bishop really striking back here for the West Indies. Well pitched up, right through the gap. just a slight movement in towards the batsman there. But it was one of the few deliveries that have been well pitched up this morning, going right through the gap. David Boone the pass for a well-played 52, bowled Bishop. Australia now 5 for 95.
The Australian captain strides to the wicket with his team in real trouble. Testimony to his skill, his courage, his dedication. And he's played on, and that's a pair for Alan Border. And Australia are just about down and out.
Yes, Alan Border playing on that one off the inside edge. Not a very convincing stroke. He didn't seem to be too positive with his stroke play there. Just off the inside edge onto the stump. Not a great deal of movement there for Ian Bishop, but certainly a very good line. Alan Border leaving that gap, hitting the inside edge onto the stump. Australia knows their 6th wicket for 95.
And Healy will be hoping just to get off the mark at this stage and worry about what happens after that. It's in the air. This time he's found the gap and he's off the mark, and there'll be a bit of relief there for Ian Healy. Wasn't a very convincing shot, but he had a little bit of fortune as it flew waist high through the gap between the slips and the gully. Australia 6 for 100.
And Ian Bishop currently in his best bowling spell against Australia.
That's 4 more runs to Ian Healy. If he gets a few of those underway, he'll start to relax a little bit more and bat more like the Ian Healy we know. Australia needs him to bat his best today, whatever he's done in the past.
He's got that away nicely. Just underlining what I was saying earlier about knowledge of this pitch is quite valuable. Yeah, there's a man down there. Oh, good catch. What a match he's having. What a series. That was a very, very difficult catch. Curtly Ambrose, I won't say he made it look easy, but he made it look easier than a lot of other people would have. Damien Martin has gone for 31.
Well, the ball was there to hit, and Martin got underneath that one, scooped it in the air. But he's a magnificent athlete, this man. Takes the ball low around his shins. He's got those long arms underneath the ball, and Cummins is